was very smart. When most of the time I was there, I was at Forest Fund Management twice. My real mentor is Stan Druckenmiller.
Yes.
Most incredible
Genius.
investor in history, but also just the best person. Like he cares about his family. And a few other people in here, Ken Langone, Jeff Canada started this thing, Harlem Children's Zone, which takes at a very young age and helps their families move them forward and break the generational poverty problem. And but so I work mostly for Stan, but interactive with Jordan. And I'll tell you what, Jordan, it's figuring out how systems work, how they accelerate, and how they break down. And what we saw was what he did with the district, mainly the district attorneys. And he figured out that, and again, I was there until 2000, and Georgia political activities were really limited to helping bring down the Iron Curtain.
Right.
And very laudable.
Yes.
When I got there, what is now the Notorious Lincoln Society Foundation.
Yeah.
And it was wild. See the 3 Hungarians, 2 Russian Hungarians. They were sneaking, remember, fax machines behind the Iron Curtain.
Wow. So doing good work.
So the dissidents could get the word out, and then by the time I came back in 2011, it was more politically polarizing, but it hadn't really accelerated.
Why did that happen? Did you get married to someone woke or something?
No, I don't know what it was. I've never been able to figure it out. The country's been great to him.
And why the district attorneys? Why does he want to do that?
Oh, because, like I said, what they're very good at is figuring out systems. And he figured out that a lot of money in presidential politics, Senate, House races, but in the district attorneys, if you have a view of a different kind of America, those are easy races.
Yeah, cheap.
So he went in and was able to get a lot of progressive candidates over the line and defund the police, decriminalize this, decriminalize
But
that.
that's been hugely destructive to the country and law and order. So why would he want that chaos?
Again, he has a very different vision than I do, President Trump. But it's a vision that the people in America have, and I'm not happy he did it. But shame on us, shame on our movement for letting him do
allowing it to happen.
for allowing it to happen. But I will tell you, one of the things that I was involved with was something called Moms for Liberty.
Yes.
Because what was even less expensive was taking over the school boards.
Yes.
And it turned out that many of these school boards, the school board members, were funded by teachers and or the other left-wing groups.
Yeah.
So to get on a school board, a candidate might spend $1,000 of their own money, but if the teachers union shows up and puts in $20,000, then that candidate's going to win.
Of course.
Who knows who the school board member is? So just with not much money, this group, others have been able to push back against takeover school boards, and also to do more with charter schools, school vouchers, school choice.
That's incredible. So you donated to them?
Yeah. I've been very active in school choice.
Yeah. And now, one of the things you did, you were just 30 years old. You pulled off the biggest, I guess, trade in the history of 100 years.
At the time.
At the time, yes. Which was you broke the Bank of England. Tell us, you came up with that idea. What made you think of that, and did you realize what you were really the enormity of it at the time?
Well, look, it was a group effort. My contribution. So it was Stan Druckenmiller had this idea that there's something called the exchange rate mechanism.
Yeah.
The pound was tied to the German mark.